Well, this is the week I think we're going to hear from their new players, possibly get a press conference from Kevin Stefanski. But it looked like one lineman that left the team after last season is speaking out and basically saying he don't want to be part of the clown show. Y'all in hell right now, Wilkinson said in another comment, have fun being ass next year. As fans are wont to do, they don't reluctant continue to badger the offensive tackles. Now Wilkinson said, ha ha ha.
This just turned ugly. Very ugly. Elijah Wilkinson did not hold back at all. He straight up called out Kevin Stefanski for turning his back on Shedeur Sanders. Not criticism. This felt personal. This felt like a betrayal. And now the truth is starting to leak out. And it's brutal. Do you think Stefanski is about to get fired from Atlanta too? Let me know in the comments below. Now here's what really went down. Kevin Stefanski is a disaster wherever he goes. Cleveland thought they had a good coach. They were wrong. He sat on the sidelines, ruined Shedeur Sanders' reps, and favored Dillon Gabriel like it was some personal mission. He planted Jerry Jeudy and certain linemen to make Shedeur look bad. He even got media people in line to push narratives against him. Everything Shedeur worked for, Stefanski tried to take away. And now people are realizing it wasn't a one-time thing. That same chaos, that same destruction, has followed him straight to Atlanta. He doesn't build teams, he burns them down. Wherever Stefanski steps, the organization turns into ashes. Is Atlanta ready for another season of embarrassment because of him?
I think he's smug. I think he's arrogant. I'll give it a D as in dumb, as in dud. I don't like him. I don't like the way he comes across. I don't like the way he treated Baker. I don't like the way he handled Shedeur. I think he thinks he's always the smartest guy in the building and in the locker room, and he wants the credit more than the quarterback should get the credit. He's not the right fit or the right flavor for this town and this team.
I think Stefanski should have had to go back as a coordinator somewhere, and then if he got another chance, then sure, great. I would have rather had him keep Raheem and hire Stefanski as offensive coordinator. I hate to give it a D, but it's got to be a D just based on you're getting rid of a guy with a better record than the guy you're hiring.
I gave it an F. Why is we bringing this guy in to save our franchise? You had a losing record your entire time in Cleveland. Rye had a better record than this guy. We swapping them? I don't get it.
My grade, W. Why? Where do y'all see this going? This is a new age of how teams are calling. You need a young, creative mind. This ain't the guy to make that keep going or to change it. You had one top 10 scoring offense in your entire time of being in Cleveland. One.
Elijah Wilkinson is not just talking. He is speaking the truth that everyone has been scared to say out loud. The Falcons locker room is already seeing the cracks. One lineman even left the team after last season, flat out saying he doesn't want to be part of the clown show. Fans are calling it out online, and Wilkinson's replies show exactly how much the players feel it. He is not wrong. Stefanski brings instability. He undermines talent. He has done it before, and now he is doing it again. The Falcons are turning into the Atlanta Foul Clowns, and fans should be worried. You can't deny the pattern anymore. Why would anyone trust him to handle a locker room full of top talent after Cleveland? Before he got fired, Stefanski did the exact same thing in Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders was denied reps, kept on the sidelines, and constantly second-guessed. Stefanski made it obvious who he wanted, who he didn't, and who was disposable. The guy literally sabotaged his own team for reasons no one outside the locker room fully understands. And now he is bringing the same playbook to Atlanta. Is anyone in charge over there paying attention? He is turning promising rosters into chaos, destroying careers, and laughing while the media covered up for him. Fans need to ask themselves, how long before Atlanta realizes they just repeated Cleveland's worst mistake? How long before this team becomes another cautionary tale under Stefanski's leadership?
Now, we know ultimately what transpired with their coach now, that is Kevin Stefanski, when he was in Cleveland last year. And I'm not going to say it was a clown show, but it damn show was a circus with his, let's just say, not letting quarterbacks get equal reps. Let's just say, why didn't you just leave Shedeur in to win the game? Why would you take him out then do it? We all know what transpired. Well, it looked like we wasn't the only ones paying attention, because former players on the Falcons was definitely entertained, possibly with those Browns games. Now, we know a lot of NFL players have been, speaking about Shedeur and definitely asked questions in interviews about the current state with what was going down during the time with Kevin Stefanski. That is his management with the clock. And not to mention, we cannot forget to mention this, Kevin Stefanski got the worst coaching grade out of any coach in the entire NFL. The entire NFL.
Kevin Stefanski has been exposed again, and it's exactly what anyone who has watched him closely would expect. In Cleveland, he turned a team that had talent into a circus, a full-on mess, and it all started with how he treated Shedeur. Shedeur wasn't just a player. He was the one who could have carried games, who could have led the team to wins, but Stefanski refused to give him equal reps. He benched him at the worst times, he played favorites, and he made moves that made no sense except to sabotage the very player who deserved the chance to shine. Why would a coach deliberately take out the guy who's winning games? Why deny him the chance to dominate and lead? Stefanski didn't just mismanage a team, he actively worked against his own quarterback, and that's destruction. Even now, people are still talking about it, and it's clear former players, including those in Atlanta, saw it too. They were watching, taking notes, and now they are calling it out. You can't hide that kind of failure, and for Shedeur, that just proves what the rest of us already knew. He is the real deal, and Stefanski was the problem. Elijah Wilkinson's words hit hard because they are the truth. Falcons players are speaking out because they have seen Stefanski do the same things over and over. He doesn't build confidence. He doesn't develop players. He undermines them. Wilkinson isn't exaggerating when he says it's a clown show. He is describing what happens when Stefanski takes over. And fans are noticing too, calling out the chaos and the constant drama. Shedeur is the player who deserves the ball in his hands, who deserves to make the plays, who deserves the reps, and Stefanski's mismanagement robbed him of opportunities in Cleveland. Now Atlanta is about to feel the same pain. Stefanski's system doesn't work because it's not a system. It's sabotage wrapped in a suit. He has already given the worst coaching grades in the NFL, and it's not hard to see why. He ruins teams, and he ruins players. Every move he makes is another step toward disaster, and Shedeur is the one who could have saved Cleveland, and might save Atlanta if he even gets the chance. And this isn't just about what happened in the past. Stefanski has a pattern. He ruins quarterbacks, he ignores talent, and he creates chaos wherever he goes. In Cleveland, he planted the seeds of failure, favored other players, and even manipulated lineups to weaken Shedeur. Now he is bringing that same energy to Atlanta, turning potential into drama and confidence into frustration. The Falcons didn't hire a coach to sabotage their stars, but that's exactly what Stefanski does. He doesn't know how to build a team, but he knows how to tear one down. So, the question is simple. Can Atlanta survive this? Can any team survive Stefanski's leadership? And the fans, the players, and the league are all watching. The same guy who turned Cleveland into ashes is now in Atlanta, and if history repeats itself, the Falcons are about to experience the exact same nightmare.
This Atlanta Falcons story is going to be one of the most entertaining stories in the entire NFL. I think their story is going to be bigger than the Browns story last year, just because of this Tua situation. Just because of this Tua situation, bro. And speaking of Tua, some information is coming out about Tua as to what is the plans for Tua. A lot of people was wondering, like, how the Falcons even finna do this, bro. Goes on to say, after the Atlanta Falcons,
The Atlanta Falcons are about to give the NFL one of the wildest stories in years, and it's all because of Kevin Stefanski. This isn't just about a team playing football, this is about a coach who brings chaos wherever he goes. Just like he did in Cleveland, Stefanski is now stirring up a quarterback war in Atlanta, making everything messy and unstable. He's already showing the same pattern, favoring some players, benching others, creating drama, and throwing everything off balance. Atlanta fans need to pay attention because this isn't a small mistake. They have got the same problem Cleveland had last year, and the results were brutal. Shedeur has always been ready, talented, and proven, yet Stefanski found ways to sideline him and confuse the team. It's predictable, it's frustrating, and it's exactly what happens when Stefanski is in charge. The guy doesn't coach, he sabotages. It won't be long before Atlanta realizes what Cleveland already learned. Stefanski ruins everything he touches. The quarterback war is only getting started, and mark my words, the Falcons are going to regret putting him in this position. He thrives on chaos, confusion, and undermining talent. It's only a matter of time before Atlanta finally kicks him out for good, because history doesn't lie. Wherever Stefanski goes, teams crumble, stars get frustrated, and locker rooms split. Atlanta is already seeing cracks, and if they don't act fast, this story will be bigger than Cleveland's disaster last year. Shedeur is the future, Stefanski is the problem, and the Falcons have to make the call before it's too late. The league is watching, the fans are watching, and the drama is only going to get hotter.
Kevin Stefanski loved this whole quarterback competition situation, right? This is what he said. Coach Kevin Stefanski mentioned this in February. Falcons general manager Ian Cunningham said, when asked that on Friday, we're not in the business of really handing out starting positions in February. And in March, the same, right? For Tua coming in here, he knows he's coming to compete, just like Michael Penix knows he's coming to compete. And everybody, quite frankly, not just those two at the quarterback position, but everybody coming in to compete. There's no starters right now. We're excited to have Tua, but we're excited to have all of the players. Now, that's what Kevin Stefanski said. Now, judging off what we know about K-Fed is that he loved these quarterback battles for whatever damn reason. And if it was left up to me, I believe he's finna have the battle of a lifetime take place in the city of Atlanta.
Kevin Stefanski is at it again, and it's already a disaster waiting to happen. He loves quarterback battles like it's a game of chess, but what he's really doing is throwing teams into chaos. He doesn't care about building confidence or developing players. He cares about drama, confusion, and making everything messy. He is turning the quarterback room into a war zone, just like he did in Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders was the only guy who should have the offense in his hands. He is proven, talented, and ready to lead. But Stefanski? He created unnecessary battles, making it about him instead of the players, and showing that he thrives on messing up stars instead of helping them. How does a coach think this is smart? How does he think tearing apart the quarterback room builds anything but frustration and failure? The fans, the players, and even other coaches can see it coming, and yet Stefanski keeps doing the same thing over and over. This isn't coaching. This is sabotage disguised as competition. Stefanski has a pattern, and Atlanta is just the next victim. He didn't just mess up Cleveland, he deliberately held back Shedeur, benched him at the wrong times, and gave opportunities to other players who could not carry the team. That's not leadership, that's destruction. He's the guy who loves stirring up drama more than winning games. The quarterback competition he's hyping isn't exciting, it's dangerous for the team. It won't take long for Atlanta to realize they made the same mistake Cleveland did. Stefanski thrives on tension, confusion, and drama, and he's already putting the Falcons on the same path. The quarterback battles he loves so much aren't about finding the best player. They're about showing he's in control, even if it destroys the team in the process. And make no mistake, Atlanta will pay the price. It's only a matter of time before they finally see Stefanski for what he is and kick him out. The drama, the chaos, the constant battles, this is exactly what he does everywhere he goes. The Falcons better be ready, because this story is going to be massive, and Shedeur Sanders is the one player who could rise above all the mess Stefanski is creating. Will Atlanta act before it's too late, or are they about to repeat Cleveland's worst nightmare? Smash that like if you're Team Shedeur, and subscribe to see every explosive update on this Falcons disaster.